Good day, all. So I keep putting this off and people keep asking me to do it. Actually, they've been asking me to do it since I did my last update 3.5 years ago, whatever it was, where I looked at my entire collection of Doctor Who. So today, it'll be what will probably be a multi-part video where I do another overview of the entire collection. So we'll start over here with the first Doctor. And yes, this is a common debate. Where do you put the Lost in Time set? Well, I put it right at the beginning. Then followed by that, the 2006, the beginning release, which would make sense as it's the debut story, so we start at the beginning, which is quite obvious. Keys of Marinus, one of my personal favorite stories from the first Doctor. And most of these I've done reviews and unboxing videos of over the years, so I'm not going to go into too much detail. We're just going to do an overview of the collection. So the Aztecs, that was one of the earliest releases back in 2003, or was it 2004? One of those. The Sensorites, which I should say this was actually the first William Hartnell story I ever saw. Probably not the best one as an introduction to early Doctor Who, but whatever. This was the first Hartnell released on DVD. At least I think it was. Or was it the second? No, this was the second. Yeah, the second. Dalek Invasion of Earth, way back in 2003. Then one of these double releases, which they only really do with the first Doctor. The Rescue and the Romans. And the one that everyone loves, the Web Planet. It's different. And here we have another double feature, the Space Museum and the Chase. A lot of people hate the Space Museum. I actually didn't mind it, and I also like the Chase. Time Meddler, another one of my personal favorites from the first Doctor. Okay, and here we have the Ark, came out last year. The Gunfighters. This would have been a brilliant story if they change a few things, most notably the god-awful ballads and whatnot that are through the story. War Machines. Okay, yes, the character of Dodo sucked, but I still like that story. This is Power of the Daleks. This is just one of the reconstructions, which I put onto DVD. At some point, I really wish they would animate or do something with the Lost stories. I think animation would be the best way to go, and maybe just do them in larger sets, and there may be a market for them. So yeah, push the BBC for animated stories, or even specific ones. For a story that doesn't exist, it is my favorite story of the stories that do not exist, technically. And next we have Tomb of the Cybermen. Now this was a big deal back in 1992 when they found this. I actually remember when they first found this. That summer they played it on our local PBS station. I should say I'm in Canada, but we got our PBS feed from Detroit. So it was really cool watching something that had once been figured lost forever in full. It's the last complete story to have been found, but there's still been many single releases found, including 2 from last year, which I'm really hoping we also get animated versions of those. Okay, next we have another reconstruction, Doctor Who, Fury from the Deep. Please, please animate those. Thank you. Okay, the Dominators. Not regarded as having been one of Patrick Troughton's better stories, but I don't know. I hadn't actually watched this until it came out on DVD last year, and to be honest, it wasn't anywhere nearly as bad, at least in my opinion, as what I thought it was going to be based on what people have said about it. Okay, The Mind Robber. This is probably my personal favorite Patrick Troughton story. And recently, I guess it was 2 years ago, Big Finish, the audio series did kind of a sort of sequel to this, which was pretty cool. So The Mind Robber. This is one of the older ones back 1995, or 2005, I should say, so kind of in the middle of the range, I guess. And here we have The Invasion. This was our first taste of reconstruction with the audio from the episode and animation, with the episodes 1 and 4 animated and the rest of them 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, and 8 still being around or not lost. Although there were transfer errors when they were originally doing the Region 1 release of this, so Disc 2, the last 4 episodes, there is some quality issues. And I should note that a lot of these have had re-releases. Lately I just don't have it in the budget to replace them, but after the range is done, probably sometime next year, I'm going to go back and start replacing my original ones with special features ones. Well, actually, will not replace them. It's Doctor Who is the only series where I keep every version that I have. But anyways, so that was, this is one of those that I believe has come out recently, Seeds of Death. And here we have the War Games. So this was the 10-part epic that saw the end of Patrick Troughton's run. I just can't speak today, of Troughton's run. And I don't know, some people say it gets a little dull. I don't know, I actually thoroughly enjoy all 10 parts, and that's one that I usually watch, I'd say on average, maybe once a year. And then, let's see, we'll go on to Jon Pertwee. And here we've got a box set, although it doesn't actually have the original adventures in it, but we'll look at the box set. This is one that I never did an individual DVD review of because it was before I started doing these. But Doctor Who Beneath the Surface, and this one had Doctor Who and the Silurians, the Sea Devils, and Warriors of the Deep. And yes, there's my sock with dog hair on it. But this one, mainly because I like keeping everything in order. The only one that was originally in there that I've kept in the box is Doctor Who and the Silurians. And I have Spearhead from Space and Inferno in the box itself. So we'll just take this out. And yes, I'm holding this open with books. So there's the artwork for Doctor Who and the Silurians, Inferno, Spearhead from Space, and yes, I know they are slightly out of order, so I will fix that shortly. Okay, there we go. So now they're in the case, back in order. And next we go to the premiere of Jon Pertwee's second season, Terror of the Autons, which introduces us to the character of the Master, as originally played by Roger Delgado. This is the one with like the creepy looking doll that kills people. Claws of Axis, one of my personal favorites from the Pertwee era. Yeah, so there we go. Colony in Space, fairly recent release. This one is a so-so story, but it's not too bad. I still enjoyed it. And this one, which is considered by many to be the best of the Pertwee one, and actually I was really impressed with the restoration on this, considering the state that the previous releases have been in. The Demons, or Daemons, however you want to pronounce it, also with the Master. There you go. Very recent release, one of my more recent reviews. And here we have Curse of Paladin, which another one of my personal favorite stories from the Jon Pertwee era. Oh. And what is also considered to be a classic, and this is one of those that was in the original box set of Beneath the Surface, we have the Sea Devils. And there goes the mutants flying, but yeah, it's the mutants. So there we go. And I'm just going to cut this off here, and I will go to the next shelf in the next video. So thank you all for watching.